Hi, I'm Robin, and I started the Animal Collective Messages on YouTube. I wanted to come in today on this Wednesday, the 24th of July 2019, to share with you some messages from the animals. They were actually giving me a push over the last week or so, where I have always been an animal lover and always been around animals that needed my help, whether it was just naturally coming by those animals or other people's animals. And it's been, it's a wonderful thing to be able to connect with any animal and see that they actually do have some wonderful insight and messages for us to help us on our journey, no matter where we find ourselves in life. And they wanted to be here and giving me a nice push, if I can say it like that. So that's the reason why I started the channel. And so I wanted to show you, come on today and show you just some of the decks that I use. Don't use them all the time. I don't need them, but it's nice to actually use, have them and sort of just get confirmation sometimes where it's quite surprising what comes out. So I just wanted to show you some of the cards that I use. My very first deck that I got, it's going back more than 20 years now, and I was actually gifted this deck, or it was rather an exchange. I had already another animal deck, but I just didn't connect with it very well. And the healing group that I was involved with at that time, one of the ladies had this one, which is wisdom of Australian animals. And I immediately connected really well with this deck, and she really connected to my one, and so we agreed to swap, and it was a beautiful exchange, but a wonderful deck nonetheless. Particularly, being in Australia, I find that wherever you live, whether you connect to any kind of energetical modality, whether it being with animals, plants, or even with other people and their energies, I feel that it is important to really find that connection with sort of homegrown things like that. So that was my first one. One other deck that I actually work quite a lot with, and I have it here in my healing room, is the Wolf deck. Beautiful set of cards, wonderful illustration. And I'll just share with you what came out this morning, and this was this card, Balance. And sort of over the last few days, a lot sort of been on my mind in relation to sort of how I'm going to get the message out and to actually help people reconnect with animals. So it was sort of, as you can see in the card, you can see this wolf standing quite equally on this log on the water. And as you know, it would be quite a difficult feat, and that's hence the reason for balance. And just on the card it reads, you may find it difficult to maintain emotional balance because someone or something in your life is creating obstacles, a need for change, realignment. So it's just something that I sort of need to look at this stage. But as you can see, that the wolf isn't in any distress or it's not panicking or anything, so it's just going through the motions, so to speak, with having the water, keeping the wolf afloat. So that deck, I love that deck. It's a really lovely deck. Then we have a deck by Leanne Peters, who resides in Tasmania. This deck of cards, the Animal Kingdom Oracle cards, is a new creation from her with original artwork. And that's a beautiful deck that I'm still working with, still trying to connect to it. I just find that I connect just really well with the Wolf deck. So that's Leanne Peters' deck. Then I have, this one's a reasonably new deck, Sacred Spirit reading cards by Anna Stark. Again, lovely illustrations. And then another more recent one with the Sacred Spirit is the Archangel and Animal Oracle cards by Diana Cooper. And I also have another deck, but that's actually in the lounge room. That one, I pulled out a card which was the Eagle, and I'll discuss that in another video. Of just sort of the day that happened yesterday was quite an interesting day, and how it all sort of came about. Particularly birds were on the agenda. They really wanted to sort of make themselves known to me. So, and it was quite interesting when Eagle came out. So, yeah, I'll do another video about the Eagle because that's a very interesting thing. Sort of particularly what's going on sort of in the world at the moment. So. We'll stay tuned for that. All right, so I'll leave it for now, and I just wanted to show you the decks that that I have and that I use, and there will be more about the Animal Collective, what they're here for, how we can help them, how they can help us, and just helping. Everybody helping each other. It's all about energy. It's all about self-expression, about respect, love, communication, in a completely different way to what we normally or how we communicate, particularly with each other. So more on that later and in up and coming videos. So I'll leave it now. I'll be heading off